I gotta wait till I need to be out of the car to do it.
You need room?
This is Leroy Rollins' channel.
Good morning, people. Welcome to the update video of the week. I feel like I missed last week for, I would say, a good reason. One of my clients, Megan, competed this past weekend and did amazing. Her very first show, she did fantastic. If you guys are subscribers to this YouTube channel, you would have saw her show day video. So just to recap the weekend, she came 4th and 2nd place. So she competed in 2 classes. It was her first bikini competition, the last natural show within the CPA of the year. So it was a very big show, very well done. I'm impressed with how well they had the lighting set up, and the atmosphere was very good. It was organized, which was good. But because it was a big show, it was a long day. I'd never been to this show before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But again, very impressed with how they did it. So Megan competed in the True Novice division, which is all beginners. So in the True Novice class, there's no age cap, there's no height restrictions at all. It's just people who've competed for the first time. So a good class for beginners. But one thing that I think people kind of misinterpret True Novice being is that athletes are going to be in that class that maybe don't have like a high skill level or don't have, you know, great physiques, and that's not necessarily the case, because someone could have been training for like 10 years and then just decided that they wanted to compete, and technically they are a true novice, but they've been training and working hard for 10 years, so they likely have a good physique, but they're still considered a true novice, right? So the spectrum of like quality in athletes can range very greatly, which I did notice at Megan's show, as well as Kayla, a client of mine that competed in August. It was the same case for her. You have some athletes that you know, look extremely good and are very competitive and have a very complete physique, and then you have you have athletes that maybe aren't quite there yet. So the spectrum in that True Novice class can vary greatly. So you never really know what to expect when you're entering that class. And I told Megan that you never know who could show up. But she came 4th out of 23 girls. That was the largest bikini class I've ever seen in person. I know obviously there's probably ones that are much bigger, but in the CPA and the shows that I've been to, that was the largest bikini class I've ever seen. And it was competitive for the top probably 6 to 7 athletes. It was very, very competitive, I guess you could say. Then it started to like go down from quality from there. But so Megan ended up coming 4th in like I said, a very competitive class, which was awesome. Our goal was really to just make first call outs. So if you guys don't know how a competition works, let's go through that 23 girls first. So they would bring out each girl individually to do their presentation round. So each girl has 15 seconds to come out to the center stage, do like a 15-second little posing routine, and then walk off. And then the next girl comes, until all 23 girls have gone through. And then they'll bring them out, usually 5 or 6 at a time. So they'll bring out a group of, let's say group of 5, and they'll take them through their turns, face the front, face the back. They might do some switching around, and then those 5 will go off to the side. They've been judged. Then they'll bring the next 5 in, they'll go through their turns off to the side, and so on and so on, until all 23 are on stage and off to the sides. So after that, they do what's called the call outs, right? So if you're in the first call out, that means you're in contention in the top 5. So that was our goal. In the 23 girls, let's get first call outs. That would be freaking unreal. First show, first time being on stage and competing to make first call outs. And sure enough, so they call you out just in numbered order. So each girl's got a little button, a little number on their suit, and she was number 118. So we were just listening and shouting that 118, come on Megan, 118. And so they call out, these aren't the numbers, but I'm just gonna throw numbers out just so you have an idea. So they call out number 5, so then number 5 would come in, and they'll call out number 21, number 21 would come in, number 56, number 102, and number 118, and then I think there was another girl after her. So boom, first call outs, we're top 5. So regardless of what happens now, we are top 5. Unreal, fantastic. So then after that, they have the top 5 girls. Then they do judging again. They compare them, they move them around, and from where, so in the CPA, from where you are on stage is 99% of the time an indicator of your placing. So it goes, the girl in the middle is first place, and then the girl to her first, second, third. Okay, so the girl on her right side is second place, left side is third, far right is fourth, and then far left is fifth. Some classes, it obviously isn't great if there's an even number, but if they have 5, then you can tell the middle, or if they have 7, you can tell the middle. If they have 4 and 6, then it's kind of a guessing game a little bit, unless someone's like head and shoulders above everybody else. It was different when I competed in the States. They didn't do that. They just kind of moved you around how they wanted to. If they wanted me beside so-and-so on the end, then they'd move me out. If they wanted me in the middle, they'd move me in the middle. So in the States, I couldn't really gauge that. But anyway, so she made that, which again had us indicating that she was 4th. So then she went to the back and had some time, and then she was bikini class C. So after the novice class and the masters, and I think there was one more. Novice, true novice, I don't know. Then they have the open classes, which is split up by height, and it's usually like a 2 or 3 inch kind of spacing, right? So she was class C, which was between 5'4" and 5'6". She was heighted at 5'5"3/4, so she just made the gap, which was cut her close, and she fit really good in that class. It was competitive again, which was pretty cool. There's something to be said about going to a show, and you know, if someone's really good and everybody else is kind of like down here and the other person's way up here, I don't know, it's not as exciting, and it takes the competitiveness out of it, right? Like at the end of the day, like you should be there to like compete with other people that are good, and sometimes that doesn't happen, right? It all depends on who shows up at the show, and their skill levels versus your skill level and all that stuff. But in both Megan's classes, it was pretty competitive. But in her class C, she ended up taking 2nd place, which was amazing. Super excited about that. So that ended up qualifying her for nationals. Anybody in the open classes, A, B, C, D, if they place top 3, they qualify for the Canadian Nationals, and I believe it's over the course of 2 years. So she can compete next year, 2020, or I believe the year after that, 2021. But our game plan is to take some time off, make some improvements. We have, you know, technically a little bit of an off season. Her prep was only like 12 weeks, which was fine for her because she dropped body fat relatively easily. But moving into her next prep, I will want more time, because they did say in her critique afterwards, they did say they wanted her a little bit leaner. So we're probably gonna go maybe like 16 weeks. So give us another 4 weeks next prep. But again, if that's July, so April, May, June, July, August, April. So technically we have 4 or 5 months to make some improvements, which is, you know, not a lot of time, but it's time nonetheless, right? So we're gonna try to maximize the time that we have, make improvements, and then the plan is to do nationals next August. So yeah, very good weekend. So that was Saturday. Friday, Saturday was the show. So Sunday, came home and ended up doing legs on Sunday this week instead of Saturday, just because the travel, and I was up early on Saturday to do my workout before the show started, and I did have full intentions of doing legs, but I got up and I was like, nope, not doing it today. Not in my environment. Food was a little bit weird. Sleep was obviously a little bit compromised because of the show. So we did a good back and biceps workout, and that was great. But so I came home Saturday, we came home Saturday, but it was late. We didn't go home till like 2 a.m. on like Sunday, I guess. So I slept in, and then it was pretty beat up actually Sunday, just like with the lack of sleep and stuff. Like you guys know, right? If you don't get a good quality sleep, like, you're pretty messed up. And I'm one to, like, I go to bed early. I try to get like a decent amount of sleep because I used to be one that didn't prioritize my sleep, and I paid for it. I just was tired all the time and fatigued and didn't have energy and, you know, all that stuff. So I've been really trying to make sure sleep is on point. So when I slept in on Sunday, I was like, okay, I'll do legs later in the day, make sure I'm up and around, get some food in me. So I ended up going to the gym later on Sunday, and I really didn't know what to expect out of my training because of the travel and you know, my schedule not being where I'd like it to be. But ended up hitting my numbers on the squat and the deadlift. Really happy with that. It was surprising, honestly. Like, I really didn't expect to hit it. But I was training with some clients, some of my girls that are competing next year, and you know, you just get in that environment where everybody's working hard and they're having a good time, and you can't help but try to do your best. So 490 on the deadlift for a set of 6, which I believe I still have the video of, so that's probably playing right now, which was awesome. That moved really well. And then my back off set was, I think, 420 or 425. I think 420 for a set of 10, and again, moved really well. Really happy with how it felt, especially after going so high for that first set. Like, when I do my back off, like, it flies up. I could probably add another 10 or 15 pounds on the bar for that back off set, but right now it's just steadily climbing, so I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm not gonna overthink it, and I'm just gonna ride the wave for as long as I can. After that, went into squats, which was 345 pounds for the first set, which was a set of 10, which moved great. Happy with that. Again, if I have the video, guys, if it's not been deleted, it'll be playing, which was good. Really happy with how it felt, how it moved. Every rep was at proper depth, and it felt good. Again, especially with like all the traveling and stuff. Like, sometimes my back and my hips get pretty tight, but it moved great. And then after that, this was the big one. So last week I hit 405 for 4 reps instead of 5, and I was genuinely upset about it. Like, I was not impressed. So this week, like, I told Kayla, one of the girls that was there with me, the one that's actually filming the sets, I was like, I need to hit 5. I need to hit 5. She's like, you got this. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, you know how serious I am right now. I need to hit 5. So I got on the bar, and 1, 2, and 3 moved good. 4 was a bit of a fight, and then the 5th one, I got it, which was all I needed. I literally could have went home after that set, because that's the only number I really wanted that workout. My deadlift, I wanted it, but I was like, you know what? If it doesn't happen this week, it is what it is. I'm not gonna get too upset over it. But that squat, I really wanted that 5th rep with the 405, so I got it. Happy with that. And then afterwards, we didn't do a whole lot after that, honestly. We did a bunch of posing after, which was good because they all need the practice. So yeah, that was Saturday. The rest of the week's been good, guys. Getting things dialed in for what's to come. Actually, on, I guess it was Wednesday night, 2 of my clients, Chris and Kyle, I know I have footage of that, so I'll play some of that. They came up and we did like a hamstring and glute focused leg session. I don't think we did any real quad work at all. But we did, I watched this guy take a band, like a really tight resistance band, and he wrapped it around his hips on the seated hamstring curl, and that locked his hips in. So then when he was doing the leg curls, it was just all hamstrings. So we did that, and oh my god, it was phenomenal. We really beat the shit out of our hamstrings with that. So that was great. And then we did, what else did we do? We did the seated. We did some dumbbell hamstring curls. I haven't done those in a while. That was good. If you can connect with those, they're really good. And I find if you do it on the floor and you can just really keep yourself grounded, I rolled like a yoga mat up under my hips too, which helped. And it really fried the hamstrings. Then after that, we went to the leg press. We did like a high and wide stance with the leg press, and holy shoot, that was nasty. We steadily climbed up in weight, and then I think we got up to like 8 plates a side, and I'm like, okay, this is the last all-out set. So I basically said to the guys, do 1 set, whatever you get, whether it's 4 reps or 10 reps or 15 reps, whatever it is, and then we'll drop the weight in half. So we'll take 4 plates off each side and then just burn out to failure. And holy smokes, that freaking killed. Like I'm getting antsy just thinking about it. But my quads, which was interesting because the start of the set, it's all like hammies and glutes, and then just as you're pumping those last reps out, my quads like literally started to cramp, like high quad, almost like hip flexor area. They really started to bite, and it was a good set. It was a good way to finish. Then we just did a little bit of calves, and then I helped one of my clients pose, Kyle, the guy that's doing men's physique in April. We did some posing after just because he wanted some help with just kind of get an understanding of how it goes and how the flow is with it. So that was good. And then I guess it was yesterday morning, Thursday, came in and did chest, shoulders, and triceps with my client Cynthia. Overall, good workout. Hit a PR on the hammer strength ish. It's not, I don't think it's hammer strength. I don't know what brand of machine it is, but 3 plates on the overhead press, which was good. My pec, this left side's been giving me a little bit of trouble, so I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit, which is what I did this morning. I came in and did arms this morning just for funsies, but it wasn't anything notable, and then stretched afterwards. But I think I need to, I don't know, probably take some chest volume out even more, because this side right here, it's not like torn or pulled or anything. It's just like, I don't know, a discomfort, I guess you could say. But I don't know, I don't want anything bad to happen, so we'll keep an eye on it, pay attention to it. So yeah, so today's Friday. I'm filming this at I don't know, 8:30-ish. That's what the clock says. So we're going to work today, standard day, and then a couple clients tonight, like PT. I got a few clients for my online coaching for next year that I got to get set up, because I got a new girl that's starting up. Our plan is to do Ottawa in June, so the plan is to kind of enter like a, I don't know, not like a bulking phase. I don't like to say bulking phase, especially when it comes to like girls with bikini, because like the goal isn't to gain a bunch of weight and like get overly, get more body fat on, but it's a surplus, and then training targeted towards like the muscle groups they need to be a good bikini athlete, right? They need good glutes, good hamstrings, good quads, nice round shoulders. So that's going to be on my to-do list today. And yeah, then the weekend, potentially like a photo shoot tomorrow. That's pretty cool. I'll probably like vlog some of that just so you guys can see. And then tomorrow's legs. Sunday's gonna be fun. One of my new clients, Mike, he's doing the show in April. He's gonna do classic physique, so we're gonna do some posing tomorrow. So I'll make sure I get lots of footage of that so you guys can see like how it goes, right? Like classic physique's a very posing focused class, and I take it very seriously, and I want him to do well. I want him to look good, and it's fun. Classic physique is a very fun class to do. I really enjoyed doing it when I competed this year in April, and I will do it again next year, just because I like it. It's a good look. I enjoy it. I enjoy the posing. I like how much emphasis they put on the posing, because at the end of the day, that's what bodybuilding is, right? Like, it's not who's necessarily the biggest, even who's the most conditioned. Those matter, but at the end of the day, if you can't pose, it's not good, right? It's a posing game, right? That's what it is. It's how you can display yourself on stage. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, good weekend coming up, guys. Just wanted to throw this update video up since, like I said, I feel like I missed this past weekend just because of the show. It was very busy. So guys, if you liked the video, please like it. Give it a like. The last few videos for Megan's show have done really well, as far as views and stuff go. So if you haven't watched them, go check them out, because they were really good. I'm really proud of how the videos came out. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.